Hi, my name is Michaela Snary, and this is my Scouts fundraising final report and review. So, a little overview of the project itself. We were tasked with raising money for the Boy Scouts of America, but more specifically for a summer camp through the Boy Scouts that is specifically designed for or to accommodate for boys with Boy Scouts with disabilities. Um, it's a really awesome thing because a lot of families that have Boy Scouts with disabilities have a lot of extra medical expenses, so a summer camp isn't always an option for them. So, us being able to raise money for a cause like this while also being able to practice and learn and then apply some of the skills that we've learned in class or in school is really awesome. It made everything feel a lot more real because these are real people and real kids that what we're doing genuinely makes an impact, and you can see like what your skills can actually do for somebody. And then also through that, through raising money, we were able to build relationships and connections with people in a professional way. And it was really cool because without this project, we wouldn't have the opportunity or really the reason to have met some of these people. So by the end of the project, I was able to raise $385, which I am extremely proud of, because throughout the project, there were times that I started to lose confidence in myself and my abilities. But, working through it and taking things I've learned um, not only got me to the finish line, but got me over it. So I'm really proud of what I'm able to contribute. So now, finally, let me tell you a little bit about how I reached that goal. So the first step was to make a prospect list. This is just a list of people that could potentially donate to the fundraiser. So while I was looking for prospects, I was really looking for a couple of key things. WVU alumni, uh, anybody that had a connection to the Boy Scouts, and then professionals. Just because this was a common base thing that I could have with prospects. And so the way I went about finding prospects was I first went on to Facebook actually, and I went to the WVU Alumni Association page and I found names of people. And then I went over to LinkedIn, looked them up, found their company name, and then went over to ZoomInfo, plugged in their name, company name, and was able to get a lot of the times either an email or a phone number, which was the first point of contact with these prospects. So once I had all the information on them collected in a uh, Excel sheet, I was able to start contacting them, which is the scary part for a lot of people, especially for me. Um, I found that email and face-to-face worked better for me. I was not super successful with my cold calls. It's something I definitely want to practice and work on um, as I continue my education and my career. But yeah, emails, I used the template that was provided to us and I kind of customized it for some of my prospects. Um, and then face to face, it was just as an opportunity arised or as I saw one, just, work up the courage to actually talk to somebody in person. So, like I said, I did not have a lot of success with cold calls, but I did have success in email, face to face, and Facebook, actually. So my most notable email or most notable prospect that I emailed was a woman in real estate, which I found through her, which I saw on her LinkedIn. And so I emailed her and asked to ask her a couple of questions about her career in real estate because that is what I want to do. I want to go into real estate once I graduate in May. So that was a really great thing to be able to connect on. And then I asked to tell her a little bit about this project. We emailed back and forth. We set up a time to talk on the phone. It was a brief phone call, and I did just what I asked in the email. And I sent her the link to the donation um, site, and she did end up donating. I followed up and I thanked her, and we emailed back and forth again and continued talking on the phone. And eventually, she even set up a Zoom call with the person in her company that is in charge of growth. So I was able to ask him a lot of questions about the company and learn a lot about the company. And it's actually I really enjoyed what I heard. I love talking to at least these two people. They seem to really enjoy talking to me, so I do think as I continue to follow up with them and continue this relationship that it is something that could possibly turn into a future job once I graduate, which is super awesome. Um, and then yeah, face to face, I met people in or at like WVU sporting events or on campus. Um, just finding people and talking to them and actually getting to, like scroll through and like show them pictures while you're standing there with them. And that was really awesome being able to get really, like personal with people and actually see them. So that was quite useful when collecting donations for this. And then Facebook was kind of how I ended the project or my journey on the project. Um, it was less of professional connections and more acquaintances, but it was still me reaching out to people that aren't like a close family member. It was more like acquaintances or old coworkers or things like that. So it was still reaching out to people and talking to them, um, but a lot less pressure on the conversation. So, some of the key things I took away from this project was honesty with your prospects or clients. Um, the woman I was just talking about that worked in real estate, she was the first person that I talked to on the phone or really talked to at all when starting this project. And so I told her up front that I was nervous, and this was the first time I was having a conversation like this in such a professional manner. And she really took that well. I think she appreciated that I was upfront about it, and it took away a lot of the tension. And I think that's what helped us build such a good, professional relationship is that we've just always been honest with each other. Another big thing was follow-ups, again, with the emails and even with the Facebook messages I was sending. Um, I you have to follow up. I know it was preached to us, but it was for a good reason because um, the woman I've been referring to, even um, I sent her the link and she said she would donate later in the day. And so the next day I checked and there still wasn't a donation. So I sent her a follow-up email and just asked if there were any problems with the donation link and asked if she would like to talk again anytime soon. And she emailed me back right away and said she forgot about the link and she was on it right then and she would love to talk later in the week. And so she did both of those things. She donated after my follow-up and we talked again on the phone. And that is how the relationship really, um, you know, became a relationship, was just a basic follow-up email. And then also just being personal, um, actually talking to people and asking them questions about themselves. Nobody wants to talk to you if you just want to talk about yourself. So asking them about themselves, um, is what got me, um, to where I am in the project and even like farther than that. So, just being personal with people was a big thing. And then again, this is my final donations tab. I'm really proud of it and really proud to have been able to contribute to this fundraiser. Is a really amazing thing. And, we were able to I learned a lot about myself. Um, I've gained so much confidence in being able to talk to people in a professional manner. Um, and I really hope this project is something that can continue on, you know, past this semester. But yeah, that is all. Thank you.